The year was 1889, and Jack Longstreet, a fabled prospector, horse breeder, and gunslinger, was looking for a quiet place to settle down and raise his horses. Now considered the last of the Desert Frontiersmen, Longstreet found his quiet place at an oasis in the Mojave Desert that is now part of Meadows National Wildlife Refuge. Sally Zanjani, in her book Jack Longstreet, Last of the Desert Frontiersmen, noted it was said at one time that every white man in Meadows was on the dodge from something. Longstreet moved to the site of a desert spring with his wife and built a stone cabin where they lived for a period of time. The cabin was built around a cave that extended into a spring mound. A trickle of water flowed from the spring into the cave year-round, providing indoor drinking water and a natural cooler for food storage. The Homestead site also featured open pasture for Longstreet's horses. A spring pool just a short walk from the cabin provided water for Longstreet's horses. The spring and cabin were located near Carson Slough, the largest wetland in southern Nevada. Carson Slough, which itself spanned 5,600 acres in this otherwise dry desert, collected water from a 385 square mile basin. The slough was popular with migrating waterfowl, which numbered in the thousands at that time. Longstreet hunted ducks, swans, and geese for food at a spot within walking distance of his cabin. The natural wetland was effectively destroyed in the 1960s due to large-scale farming and peat mining. Informational signs at the Longstreet Cabin site note that Longstreet epitomizes the mythical Western frontiersman, self-reliant, independent, and fair-minded. Speaking with a southern drawl, he was quick with a pistol and never missed his mark. As his skill with a gun grew, so did his reputation as a dangerous man. Trouble seemed to follow him, and he often found it convenient to avoid his enemies by living in out-of-the-way places. At the end of his life, he was finally accepted as a gruff but kind man with exciting stories of his gunslinger days. We're in Longstreet Cabin now. It's not too long of a hike to get down here, but this place is really cool. This is one of a couple of places I've been. I was here once before. One of a couple of places I've been where every time I come here, I want to stay. Another one is Cunningham Cabin over in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Similarly amazing place out in the middle of nowhere. A lot of history here, quite a place. This place is amazing. A poem posted on a signboard near the cabin describes the legendary Jack Longstreet this way. Notched his gun for each man killed. Local sheriffs were not thrilled. 5 grooves placed upon that gun. Jack regretted only one. Built a cabin in Meadows to hide out from the posse fellows. Stones piled high to save his head from pistol spitting white-hot lead. Jack spoke the indigenous Nuuvi tongue, some said just like a native son. A handy talent, one could claim, since most his neighbors spoke the same. From here he trekked to mountain climbs, searching for lost treasure mines, or stayed home and horses raise their long and leggy speed to praise. Mining, gambling, and racing horses are tricky wealth-producing sources. Then he sold this Longstreet spring for the ransom of a king. A flash flood in 1984 destroyed the original cabin, but historic preservation experts carefully rebuilt the cabin, setting each stone back in its proper place, relying on details from an old photograph. Jack Longstreet and his wife built an off-grid desert homestead long before there even was a grid. Their ingenuity in building from locally sourced materials and building the cabin around an existing cave to take advantage of a running spring for drinking water and cooling for food storage may provide inspiration for modern homesteaders. If you're interested in off-grid living and homesteading, you may want to check out the Off-Grid Homestead Bundle. Available for a limited time only, the Off-Grid Homestead Bundle includes more than 100 ebooks, guides, and courses covering all aspects of alternative off-grid living. Included in this library are 5 of my own books, including my latest ebook, The Sun-Powered Life, A Simple Guide to Off-Grid Solar Electricity. There's a link in the video description if you'd like to learn more about the Off-Grid Homestead Bundle. This offer ends on March 31, 2023.